Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to EU4 with Byzantium, episode 3 for our series. Last time we left off, the Ottomans had gone to war with us. It dragged all of our allies into it, and their allies and their vassals and their personal unions just against the Ottomans. The Ottomans did have a couple allies, but none of these allies had actually responded to the call that the Ottomans wanted, probably because the Ottomans were the aggressor, and so we got the upper hand in that situation. And then to make things 10 times better, we are crushing the Ottoman army right now. We are sieging all of their provinces on our side over here, just absolutely crushing them. Things are going really good. So at last game, we'll probably end up piecing out with them this time around during this episode, and getting ourselves or securing ourselves a nice victory. But I decided last time that we're actually going to go for a pretty nice siege against them. We're actually going to try to siege pretty much everything I can get my hands on, or as long as at least my allies will let me. Now, I'm a little bit worried that the Ottomans might try to start piecing out with some of these guys, but we'll see. The Ottomans are pretty, how do I put it? They're very stubborn. So their chances of trying to peace out with me, they haven't even sent me a peace request yet. I'm very obviously winning. So the chances of them trying to peace out are pretty low, but we'll see what happens. Oh, I know my ports are blockaded. Stop. We've got a 69% war score. Let's just take a look real quick. I want to get a feel for what the Ottomans will give me with this war score. They're usually pretty rich. They've got 345 gold, and they would give me all of it for 22. But let's also, we're going to need all the gold, or I'm sorry, not gold, ducats we can get to help pay off some of our loans. But territory is the most important part. We definitely want their capital. Well, these are the ones we're going to want right off the bat. Anything we can get outside of this is a bonus. So they would give us this. They would give us that. They wouldn't give us that. They would do it like that. Okay. Interesting. So we could actually get all of this right here, which is very good. But I honestly, truly believe that if I can get a 100% war score with them, I can nab myself up 2 more territories, preferably on this side, because I don't want to take any chance that I nab 2 territories over here and then it creates more problems. I feel like if I grow this way first, then I can grow down this way after. Okay. Well, I just wanted to get a feel for it. Let's make sure the offer's cleared. And let's continue sieging them, because we're definitely going to grab these 2 provinces there, which is only going to make the war score higher. And then people will hopefully start moving over here. And we'll crush the rest of their puny little army. And have ourselves some more war score. Alright, so we've got their province. Let's move over here and see what's in store. Are we going to be able to... Are these guys going to actually allow... I don't know if they're going to be able to cross with the galleys there. I would imagine they'd be able to. I just would think that they can't cross here, but they should be able to cross from my territory because I still own this. But they don't look like they want to. I'm almost tempted to just let the war score tick higher. Obviously, them blockading me is definitely not helping. The length of the war is the only thing right now that's fighting our war score. We're at 71%. Is there any way I can get these guys to follow me over? Ah, they are going to try to cross over. Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay, so I've moved into this territory, and they're moving into Constantinople with a 23k army that they pulled out of nowhere. Leave it up to the Ottomans. They're going to go to war with me. I can't turn around now. I've already tried. It's too late. I've committed. But luckily, Poland saved my life. They moved a force in there right at the last minute. And they saved me. So now the Ottomans are going to leave their army, or their navy here, which is preventing us from being able to move. There we go. But if they move their navy, we can move into that territory, but I don't want to move in there until I know somebody else is going to come with me. Oh, now we can't. So here's the issue. Because of the Ottoman navy, I can't move into their territory. And they're probably not going to come over here because we're way too powerful. I can let the war score tick over long enough that we get the length of war bonus, because they get a high war exhaustion, which will allow me to maybe take 1 or 2 more provinces. But unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to come over here and siege any of this so long as their navy is so powerful. Just in case that 25k stack tries to do something. Ah, cut us off again. Oh, they're crazy. They're actually going to try to do something. Oh, they're actually moving into Edirne here. And Poland and Hungary, they're all moving out. Their forces are all moving away. Oh, they're going to go deal with those separatists. Well, are they going to move into here? Is there any way that I can convince these guys? Okay, they didn't catch them. All right, or I'm sorry, they did catch them. So Ottomans actually caught Poland's. Wallachia, Athens, Hungary. Everybody's sending forces over there to try to help out. I'm going to try to move into there. If we can crush their army at least one more time, then maybe I'll consider a peace out. And it looks like we're going to do it. Even Hungary here is turning their forces around to come help us out. The Ottomans are holding their own. They're no joke. The Ottomans are very powerful, but they're not going to beat us. With a 3-star general there and everything, the Ottomans are going to get crushed, and here it comes. Hopefully a nice war score. We're at 70% right now. That puts us at 78, 79%. If only we had the Navy. If only we had the Navy to back ourselves up. If only I could catch their army and just completely wipe it. All right, well, let's go for a peace here at 79%. I say that's about as good as it's going to get with their navy holding us from being able to cross the area there, the little, yeah, that area. We're not going to be able to do it. So we're going to have to peace out with them. All right, so territories we definitely got to nab. Their capital is the first one, mainly because that's going to block them off from being able to prevent, or it's going to prevent them from being able to launch future invasions into my territory. If I control the Sea of Marmara here, because if I control that, then they can't move over here, because how it works is if you control a province on each side, then you can freely move forces no matter whose navy is in the center here. But if you don't control provinces on both sides, and I control the water, so if I own this and he owns this and I control the water, he cannot move here with his army unless he controls the water. So we definitely got to grab that up. Plus, it's their capital. It's a good territory. It's got a good base tax. We'll take these as well, because that's going to connect our territories, which is the most important thing. We're going to take this because we want to go for Corfu here at some point. Probably go to war with Venice to take some of their territories, because they've got Naxos, they've got Negroponte here, right? Negroponte and Corfu. So definitely territories we want to take. But what else do we want to take? This is considered a core, I believe, as well as Philippe. Oh wow, they're gonna let me just stop them. Wow, really? Oh my goodness, that is fantastic. That is the most I've ever seen. How much ducats can I get from them? That is the question. And is it worth giving up ducats? Is it worth giving up ducats? Do I want a territory or do I want ducats? How many ducats can I get if I give that up? A lot. A lot of ducats. And I need the ducats, right? Well, let's take a look at a couple things. Let's first take a look at this. Okay, how many loans are we in right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all due by 1455, so 2 years from now I've got to pay off a lot of loans. I think I'd rather take the money than the territory, than the province there, and that's mainly because of the loans I've got to pay off. And I can always come for that territory later in the future. That one territory is not going to be the difference between winning or losing in another battle with the Ottomans. So I'm not that worried about that. Another thing I wanted to look at. What else did I want to look at? Oh, yes, the missions. I just want to make sure that there's no missions for taking certain territories or anything. Okay, create a proper fleet and improve our prestige. Okay, so nothing too crazy. All right, let's peace out with the Ottomans and grab up our much-deserved territory. So we took that off there. They're going to give us all of that. Was there anything else that I could do? I could force them to give up claims and some territories. Nah. Release some nations, but that takes way too much war score. Although it would be really, really funny to release some of these nations, especially that one, because that would just devastate them. But it takes up too much, and I need everything I can get. So, yep. All right, let's send our demand. I think we did the best thing we could do. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you have a successful playthrough with the Byzantians. Awesome, awesome stuff. Very excited that that worked out. Yeah, and thank you to our allies, of course, for helping us out. We'll accept this royal marriage offer from Malaysia. Let's take a look here. So some of our provinces lack cores, which is giving us this overextension. Let's start getting cores ASAP, because that's going to take a little bit. Oh, I actually shouldn't have done that. I didn't mean to click that. Before anybody comes out and attacks me, I did not mean to click that. It was natural instinct to come up here and see that and click it, but I didn't mean to actually do that. I just wasted diplomatic points, reducing something that was already being reduced anyways because I'm not at war. All right, here we go. So we got a unique event called the Phoenix Will Rise, which happens when we capture some territories back from the Ottomans. The Phoenix rises, so we gain a lot of diplomatic points and military and administrative points from basically re-rising up, which is good. A request for military access from the Ottomans. You must be freaking crazy. You can kick sand, Ottomans. I hate everything about you. I will never give you military access. You are the worst thing in this game. I hate you so much. We lack rivals, so who would be another good rival to set? Whose territory do we want? Can we set the Ottomans as a rival? We can. Let's definitely set the Ottomans as a rival then, because we do not like them. Serbia, you better watch out, because I'm coming for you next. You've got territory that I want, and you and Bosnia are a joke, especially since I can feed some of you to Hungary here, who I'm sure will gladly accept your provinces to go to war with you. So you might want to just slow down. Venice, we want Albania as soon as possible, so we'll probably end up going into a war with Venice. We want Corfu, we want some of their islands out here. Crete, Naxos, yeah. Venice better watch their back. That's all I have to say about that. Let's get rid of these mercenaries. They're expensive. They're not worth having if we don't need them. And let's look at annexing Athens. Are we close? 1454. Okay, one more year. Really, another rival? I don't know if I really want to set another rival. I think too few rivals to not have a penalty to your power projection and score. Yeah, but I don't know if I want to set another rival because it takes years to be able to change it. What if I have like future allies? Do I want to take the score and power projection penalty? Yes. I'll take the penalty, because the problem is that right now I'm in an awkward position where I need to gain land fast. Yeah, I'm a lot more better off than I was starting out, but I need to think about the fact that the Ottomans are not going to be happy. They're going to want their land back. Venice doesn't like me. A couple other territories might not like me. It's very possible I could end up going to war with a bunch of other people. So, we need to keep that rival position open, because we may need to make some fast allies at some point. Okay, the nobility is asking for territory, right? Yep. All right, let's give the nobility some territory. We can give them, it doesn't really fully matter, and it'll actually benefit us more than anything. So why don't we just give them, how about Epirus here, right? If we give them Epirus, they'll get a good local manpower modifier. And the manpower recovery speed will be 15%. Really? Can I give them? Maybe I'll give them somewhere else then. Because this has a manpower of 2. Constantinople's 5. 3, 3. Let's give them Constantinople. That'll actually give us a really... Oh, I can't, I guess, because maybe it's my capital. Or... Okay, I guess I can't give them a couple of those. Maybe these are already owned. No, it says no estate, though. Oh, there it goes. Now it's letting me. At least in here it is. See? It's not going to let me in Constantinople, though. Is that because it's my capital? It's possible. Okay, 2, 2, 2. I'm looking for somebody. 2, 3, 3, 3. Okay, let's go here. Give that to the nobility. That'll give us a manpower boost, which is good. Making our money back. Plus, we should have gotten some ducats from the Ottomans. I'm not sure where that went, actually. But let's repay some of our loans now. And then, yikes, 2 more years to both of these loans need to go up. But it looks like we're going to have plenty of money. I'm actually going to lower our army maintenance as well. I don't have any fear that we're going to get attacked for a minute because we've got a nice truce with the Ottomans for... How long is that truce for? I always forget. Actually, the better place to check is here. 1466. Okay. So, wow, 1466? Holy crap. We've got a long truce with them. Unrest, really. Oh, independence for Bulgaria and independence for Serbia. Really? Is it because of this territory? Yeah, because it's Serbia. It's got a Serbian culture. Well, we're working on coring it now. The 2 territories that are not cored are having some unrest. So I'm going to I'm going to raise my army maintenance back up. And I'm not going to purchase any troops, but I am going to raise my maintenance back up and march my army up here so it's hanging out in the area, because chances are some rebels might potentially spawn, which is just a negative effect of taking so much territory at one time and having to try to core it and such. Should have fabricated claims on those territories. It would have been cheaper to core. I didn't do it, though. I didn't expect to... I honestly did not expect to crush the Ottomans like that. We also got to get some barks back so we can increase our trade, but that's going to be a minute. Because I'd rather get these loans paid off, or at least the 1455 loan off. Because once the 1455 loan is paid off, we've got till 57. That's plenty of time. But let's at least get that last 14, or the last two? The last 2 1455s paid off. And we'll deal with that as it comes. Lithuania, what happened to you? You're still under your personal unit? You are, okay. Why don't we... Let's see, we've got a free... Let's see, we got a diplomat in Athens that I must have just left there and forgot about. I guess I left the one in Austria there as well. Maybe. It's improved relations with Lithuania just because they're under a personal union with Poland, so it's always good to have friends and to be friendly with them. Serbia, you can kick every rock in the desert. I hate you. I'm actually going to start fabricating claims against Serbia because chances are... Actually, I'm going to fabricate a claim on Albania because chances are Serbia, Albania, Bosnia, those are going to be the next places we go. Ragusa, I don't care. If the Ottomans guarantee your independence, I'm going to steamroll right over you because the Ottomans are now a joke to me. I crushed them. Nah, I'm just kidding, though. We actually really do have to be careful. The Ottomans could potentially bounce back at any second. I bumped the wrong thing up there. I noticed because the morale was still crap. How are the Ottomans sitting right now? Yeah, they got 25,000 troops back, so the Ottomans could technically, if they wanted to, well, they can't because they're at a truce, but if they could, redeclare war on me and just steamroll over me right now. How are the Knights doing? I'm always fascinated of the Knights. Would love to play a game with them sometimes in the future. They're allied with Venice. Interesting. Who is the Knights in Savoy? Savoy's a pretty good pick. A lot of the next... a lot of the next couple years are really going to be just repaying our loans, rebuilding our army back, and preparing for war with the Venice and Serbia. Because we need to go to war with them and potentially, preferably, take Albania and vassalize Serbia before we end up going into a war with the Ottomans in 1466. Because we will have to go to war with the Ottomans again to recapture this territory. And then we'll have to go to war with them another time after that to eventually start pushing down into their territory. Because as Byzantium, I really like to expand south. I don't like to go north because I do want to touch a Western tech. I do want to be touching a Western tech eventually because at some point I want to westernize. But I generally like to advance south because it really only gets easier going south for the most part. They have less tech, or a not as good of a tech as I have, generally. And it's just the safe way to go. These guys are Muslim tech, I guess. Oh, interesting. So gain a military engineer, gets local fortification until 2nd January, give the fall effects, local defensiveness. Where is that? Macedonia. I don't know if Macedonia really needs. Macedonia will gain local defensive plus 25%, or I gain a military engineer. I'm assuming a military engineer goes in here, right? Yeah. Well, I don't need a military engineer, so I guess I'll just take the plus 25% defensive bonus. I'm going to keep the fort there for now. Actually, crap. I don't want the fort there. I want the fort in here. I want these two forts. I don't want this one. There's no point in paying for it. It's in the middle of nowhere. But since we're getting the defensive bonus for a little bit, I guess I can keep it. Local fortifications plus 25%. I'll keep it for now. We're only paying 1 ducat into it, and I'm making pretty good money, so you know what? Yeah, not a big issue. Let's repay a loan. Okay, and in a little bit, we'll be able to pay off another loan. And after we pay that loan off, we're going to build a bark, which will, a light ship here, which will let us start repatrolling our trade routes and getting some more money. Austria has declared war. Let's take a look at the world real quick, why don't we? Well, we're kind of just letting time tick by here. So, yep, we got the Ottomans just hanging out. Mamelukes, okay. Just trying to see if I notice anything unusual. The Teutonic Order's still alive. That's usually a surprise. Sometimes they do really well. Sometimes they just get absolutely rolled over by Poland and Lithuania. But it's kind of good to see them alive still. I enjoy having them around. Poland, Lithuania is doing great. Brandenburg, allied with a couple countries, so it looks like they might stick around for a bit. And wow, look at this. Denmark, Norway, and Sweden. Really, Sweden has not tried to declare its independence. Interesting. So we've got this personal union still going on over here, which is different. Scotland's still alive. Always good to see that. And they're actually allied with France. That is awesome. That makes me so happy because I would love to see Scotland beat England. I always hope to see Scotland beat England. And having France as an ally could potentially make that a possibility. France is blobbing as usual. Big blue blob there. They actually took all of Brittany there, which is different. I've never actually seen them fall before. Usually they stay around almost the whole game. They always seem like they're going to fall to France, but they never do. But that was really early for them to fall, let alone to fall at all. So that's pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie. I don't like seeing France grow ever, but because France is allied with Scotland, I'm okay with that. I'd like to see Scotland beat England. England's having some rebel problems. Let's keep it that way. And then who knows? Maybe we'll see Ireland form. It's happened once or twice. What is going on? Castile is losing to Granada? That is amazing. It's almost impossible to play as Granada, let alone have the AI beat Castile. Well, it's still kind of, the war's still undecided. Are they getting sieged? They are. So Castile's army is probably just busy sieging Granada's capital. Right? That is their capital. Yes. So I'm sure that's what's happening. I doubt that Granada's actually going to win. It looks like that got re-sieged back anyways. But Granada's not doing bad for themselves, though. Better than I've usually seen them do. If Aragon and Naples here, or Aragon and Naples actually went to war with Castile right now, Granada could stand a chance, especially with, who's their allies? With Tunis as their allies, they could stand a chance potentially. Especially because they're pretty powerful, but unfortunately I doubt I'll ever see a Granada-Spain, as much as I'd like to see it. I doubt I'll ever will. We almost got these territories cored. Things are looking pretty bright for the Byzantium Empire, but we are out of time for this episode. So next time I think we'll just continue coring these provinces, start fabricating some more cores on Serbia, and coming up with some excuses why we should go to war with either Serbia or Venice, and that'll be the plan. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next time.